I'm documenting the pattern of sensations that is being born, or that is being forged by one of these camis, these caminos, these famous caminos in Spain that are not just hiking trails, they're invitations into pilgrimage. You've probably heard of the most famous one in Spain called El Camino de Santiago. El Camino de Santiago is not a transactional walk. It's not a mere hike. It isn't trivial. It is actually serious stuff. It is pilgrimage. Los Camis Españoles, El Camino de Santiago. It's an invitation into pilgrimage. The Spanish seem to be extremely wise and intuitive in realizing there's something to be learned, there's something to be birthed, there's something to be weathered by taking these trails that are more than trails, they're pilgrimages. I have been in a Camino today with my father, and I have felt like I'm a character in Eat, Pray, Love. If Eat, Pray, Love was written from the male perspective, I would be Elizabeth Gilbert in my journey, my pilgrimage. I'm in the same search. I'm looking for that which will make me marvel. I want to be weathered by the elements. I want to be bathed by the elements. I want to be informed by the elements. I want to be transported by the elements. I want to become what I behold, in the words of Terence McKenna. And we are in a very interesting feedback loop with our environments. I've often said what you design designs you back. And so the very act of being weathered by the elements is akin to being forged. It's akin to being made. It's akin to being cooked and sort of shaped, molded, and created by the elements. It's a choice that we make to turn ourselves into the person we want to be through the deliberate choice to live our lives in pilgrimage, to be divinely aware enough to know that you become your choices, you become the paths you take, you become the paths you walk. I think it was Robert Frost who said, "I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference." Or Jack Kerouac when he wrote On the Road, or Walker Percy when he wrote The Moviegoer. You know, he said the search is what anyone would undertake if they were not sunk in the everydayness of their lives, just to become aware of the possibility of the search, the possibility of that pilgrimage. Just to become aware of it is to be onto something, and not to be onto something, well, it's to be in despair. And so all of those motifs, all of those quotes, phrases, words of wisdom are about that inclination, that leaning into a mythic life, a leaning into a life of pilgrimage, of devotional orientation around the sublime. This is what it takes to live a mythopoetic life. And I think countries like Spain have been really savvy to have realized that you can tile the landscape with invitations into pilgrimage in the form of these caminos. And what a wonderful thing to come to these places and see these people who are hurling themselves into pilgrimage every day, an act of eat, pray, love, every day a choice to orient one's life around the aesthetic sublime and the mythopoetic, and to be weathered into the mythopoetic, to be weathered into the philosopher king mythopoetic rhapsody that defines a person in pilgrimage. What a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing. To see my dad lives in this place. I mean, to see him here, to feel myself here is such a beautiful reminder, such a wonderful experience, such a experience of anamnesis, the remembering of the forgetting, and everything becomes clear. So may you live in pilgrimage, may you live in eat, pray, love, may you answer the call, the faint disquiet that goes like this, like Sean Penn in The Adventures of Walter Mitty, when he goes like this, and then Walter's like, yes, yes, yes. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you later.